A very good morning, dear students. Standard 6th Biology, Chapter number 5, Human Respiratory System. We have already learned that all the living things are made up of the cells, and a cell performs a number of functions like nutrition, transportation, secretions, etc. To perform all these functions, a cell needs energy, and that energy it gets by breaking down of the food present in it. The production of the energy by the breaking down of food is known as respiration. In this chapter, we are going to learn about two processes, respiration and breathing. These two processes are different from each other. Breathing is different and respiration is different. First of all, we will talk about breathing. Here we have a diagram that is of human respiratory system. First of all, we will learn how breathing occurs in our respiratory system. Our respiratory system starts from a part that is known as nasal cavity. It is present just above the mouth cavity and it opens outside by the nostrils. Two nostrils are there in our nasal cavity, and the main function and importance of these nostrils are that air comes into the nasal cavity through these nostrils, and also they having hair which filter the air and trap the dust particles. After the filtration of the oxygen, the air goes to this part of human respiratory system known as pharynx. Pharynx present just behind the nasal cavity. It leads to the trachea. Trachea also known as windpipe. The function and the importance of pharynx is from the nasal cavity, it just passes the air to the trachea. Now next part is trachea, also known as windpipe. It runs down the neck in the front of the food pipe till the lungs, and it's supported by the rings known as the cartilaginous rings, and its function is it connects the pharynx to the lungs. Next part is bronchi. Trachea divides into two tubes known as bronchi. One bronchi enters each lungs and divides to form a network of fine tube-like structures that are known as bronchioles. Air enters in the lungs through these bronchi and reaches up to the air sac. Here are two bag-like structures known as lungs. They are just like spongy elastic bags and they just present in the chest cavity of the human. And they are also protected by the rib cage. Lungs contain about 300 millions of air sacs. And when we take oxygen inside our respiratory system, then the lungs enlarge in size, and when the air goes out of the lungs just gets reduced in size. Air sacs present in the lungs is just for the exchange of the gases. It takes the oxygen inside the body and gets outside from the body in the presence of the gas that is known as carbon dioxide. Now, this air sac is richly supplied with the blood vessels. There are blood capillaries which are surrounded around the air sacs. Last part of the human respiratory system is diaphragm. It is a large muscular sheet that forms the floor of the chest cavity. it relaxes during the exhalation. When we take out the carbon dioxide from the body, it just relaxed and is like inward curved shape. And when we take oxygen inside our body, it moves down and flattens during inhalation. When we take oxygen inside our body, that process is inhalation. When we get out the carbon dioxide from the body, that is exhalation. One inhalation and one exhalation is known as breathing rate. One breathing. So, the process of taking in of oxygen and giving carbon dioxide out of the body, that is known as breathing. And when that oxygen reaches to the blood and helps to produce the new cells and produce the energy, and from that production of energy, carbon dioxide is produced along with that. That process is known as respiration. The production of the energy by breaking down of the food particles in the cell is known as respiration. And when the respiration process occurs, it produces carbon dioxide, which reaches to the air sacs. And with the help of the reverse process, carbon dioxide gets outside the body. In the similar way, oxygen gets inside the body. This is whole about the breathing and respiration process. This is the diagram of human respiratory system. Up to this, thanks a lot.